The magnitude of the government's two-year program spending increase is unprecedented in modern times, with a 12% increase in spending over this period. It goes on, if interest rates increase or economic growth further weakens relative to planning assumptions, young people will be paying dearly for today's deficit-financed activities. The finance minister is grasping for Canadians' wallets to pay the bills for all of this out-of-control spending. How much exactly will the federal government raise in new revenues from its proposed carbon tax?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Finance.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and I'd like to thank my colleague. Mr. Speaker, our government is committed to helping middle-class Canadians and those working hard to join it. And I'll tell you what we've done thus far. So far, Mr. Speaker, we've lowered taxes for middle-class Canadians. We've put in place a historic agreement called the Canada Child Benefit Program, which has lifted hundreds of thousands of children out of poverty. We've helped our seniors, Mr. Speaker, by putting in place an increase in the guaranteed income supplement. Mr. Speaker, we are supporting Canadians. We're going in the right direction, and we're going to continue to do so. Thank you.
The Honourable Member for Carleton.
Financial Post today has a headline, quote, "Bank for International Settlements says Canada is showing early warning signs of a financial crisis." It goes on. In its fall report, the BIS indicated that Canada had one of the highest credit-to-GDP ratios among developed nations. That report said the country's unusually elevated level posed a threat to the country's banking system. Mr. Speaker, our country has the highest level of household debt to income in the OECD. When will this government realize that Canadians have too much debt of their own, they can't afford the government?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Finance.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And once again, I always appreciate the opportunity to tell Canadians the good work that this government has been doing. Once again, Mr. Speaker, our priority for this government is to help middle-class Canadians and those that are working so hard to join it, and the most vulnerable Canadians. I'm going to give you a few more detailed examples of the things that we have done, Mr. Speaker. When we look at the Canada Child Tax Benefit Program, Mr. Speaker, over 300,000 children will be lifted out of poverty. When we look at our increase in our guaranteed income supplement for low-income seniors, we will be providing assistance to more than 1 million seniors that will benefit from this raise. Mr. Speaker, we are going in the right direction, we are focused, and we're moving ahead.